Welcome back to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. My name is Steve Johnson, co-host Aurelio Martinez, coming to you live from Denver, Colorado. Aurelio, it's a beautiful sunny morning, and it's so sunny. You got your shades on.
I'm telling you what, it's very nice. You know, summertime in Colorado, you just can't beat it.
You can't beat it, man.
You can't beat it. Now, I'm not saying that to invite anybody else to come to Colorado because
we don't want that.
We're so saturated right now from Californians and people coming back east, coming in here, and you know, we just don't know how to handle that extra traffic, the everything that goes with the population. You know, Steve, they're talking about 250,000 people a year have been moving into the greater Denver area.
And it's messing up me riding my Harley, man.
Well, we can't handle it.
Traffic,
We can't handle
all these people driving all crazy.
The roads aren't meant for that. The highway system's not ready for that, and the mayor's, you know, he just has his hands open, so he's happy. But Denver has turned into a concrete jungle. But you know, it's beautiful. Talk about the weather.
Yes.
They can't change the weather.
Well, two of us Denver natives, we can tell you how it's always been and how it is now. It's a big transition. But anyway, let's talk some boxing.
Let's talk some boxing. You know, there's some rumblings in the forest.
There's some rumblings in the forest, and it all centers around USA Boxing and the 2016 Olympics being held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. You know, our USA Boxing boxers have not fared very well as a unit. I mean, I shouldn't say haven't fared well. They've done well. They just haven't advanced to the medal rounds. We've only had.
They did better. They've done better than expected.
Yes.
Let's say that. Okay.
Yes. Okay. They've done better than expected. Shakur Stevenson is our only guy that's left on the men's side.
Yes.
And of course on the women's side, Claressa Shields is the only one left, and I think by all accounts, everyone in the world expects Claressa to come be a repeat world champion. I'm sorry, repeat Olympic champion.
Yeah,
she's already world
right.
champion.
She's going to get her gold medal, second gold medal, and I think that's a given. No matter how corrupt, how alleged corrupt, how sneaky or the AIBA is, it'd be far and far-fetched and very extremely hard to deny Claressa a gold. She's just that good.
Well, the thing is in any competition, we've talked about it on the pro and the amateur side. If you don't want to go to, if you don't want the decision to be in the hands of the judges, you go stop your opponent.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen in amateur boxing. So you know, it just doesn't happen. They use the big balloon gloves. You know, they're foam. So it's hard to. It really is hard to deliver a knockout blow in the amateurs, even without headgear. For the elite boxers that fight without headgear, anyone that knows the amateur competition gloves, they weigh the same, but the foam inside is so foamy that it's just hard to deliver a knockout. Now, if they were boxing with Cleto Reyes's or Everlast professional fight gloves, then you'd see some knockouts in the thing. But let's go on and
let's talk specifically about.
Let's talk about AIBA and the hot water they're in now. See, because we've said that all along. Well, you kind of backed them up, but I've said it all along that it was a ploy and it's always been a plot to dictate the fighters that they want to win. Okay. And that's a very tough accusation to make, but that's the way the past 8 years have been leading to. And anyone that doesn't believe that there's something there that kind of guides the gold medals to whoever they want, they're just blind.
Well, you know what, and you're right. I have defended not so much AIBA. I've defended USA Boxing and saying that if USA Boxing is going to be part of the world scheme of things, AIBA calls the rules, AIBA calls the shots, you have to go along with them. And that still is in effect right now. But the alleged corruption, you know, is really becoming the topic of conversation. So much so that AIBA issued a statement just yesterday saying that, you know, there's no corruption and that if anyone wants to come forward with valid proof there's corruption, they'd be glad to investigate it. Well, I looked at like you have police departments all across the country investigating themselves.
Well, not only that,
that doesn't hold water. But the bottom line is that there have been rumblings going on that, you know, there's some shady stuff going on, and it's gone on for the last 3 or 4 Olympics, to be honest.
Absolutely.
There's been shady stuff going on, Conlon, the little Irish boxer, just went off on him. I mean,
Yeah.
so much to the effect that there was a YouTube video that we actually put up on the website, InsideBoxing.com, and AIBA took that video completely down from
Yes.
from the Conlon kid from Ireland. And I myself thought that was terrible on their part because, well, here's a kid that is upset, and we understand he's upset, and he just spoke his mind, and I mean, everyone that saw it.
Well,
You know,
the
and
actual
when you-
fight, is still up.
Yeah.
So anyone who wants to see the actual fight, see the actual fight. And I'm yet to see anyone say that Conor lost the fight. The only people that specifically say anything, there's a few that say that he may have lost the first round.
Exactly.
But everyone's
So he won the second, third, clearly.
without a doubt.
There's no
You
question.
can watch this fight, and he had every right to be upset. Every right to be upset because that was a downright robbery, whether it was intentional or not. Now, let me tell you, AIBA, they're waffling because immediately they relieved officials.
Yes.
They relieved officials.
Sent them home.
And they actually made a statement when they relieved the officials saying that the judging was not so fair, you might say. Okay, so they relieved these officials. Now they come back and now they're trying to defend themselves, because in that they says, however, we still can't reverse the decisions. So the bottom line is it's corrupt. With the United States, it's a little different because United States, the corruption isn't only at AIBA, it's down here with USA Boxing and the USOC.
Now, you believe there's corruption in USA Boxing?
There is corruption, not intended in malice type corruption that they have to sit and bow and do whatever AIBA tells them to do. Okay, in other words, they're not their own man, and
Okay.
You got to be your own man. You have to be able to have a program to send the best team that you can possibly send, and AIBA binds USA Boxing's hands where they cannot send the team they want to send. They have to follow these
The rules that set up for the rest of the world.
Absolutely,
Okay.
but they're not specifically. And I don't know that they cannot send their thing, but they don't try.
No,
They're
the
happy.
rules are set. The rules are set. I even
Yeah.
set the rules that everyone in the world has to go along with. I said it as much as 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I said, United States has to make a decision whether they're going to either, for better lack of term, shit or get off the pot. Do you want to go along with AIBA or are you going to start your own organization?
That's right.
Now, every year now we go through this when we get to Olympic year. We had in 2012, have in 2016, where all the USA Boxing members are up in arms about the rules. Well, half of them don't even know what the rules are.
Well, that's
So that's another issue. But the bottom line is that the rules are there. You have to go along with it. Right now, here we had at the heart of the Olympics are USA men boxers that were eligible. We had Antonio Vargas, Carlos Balderas, we
Yep.
had Charles Cornwell, we had Gary Russell, and who's one that we have left? Shakur Stevens.
Yeah.
And one more we have. I can't think of it. But those guys, other than Shakur, they're all out. We don't have anything left. And
Well, we didn't expect them to
Well,
win.
they actually went a little farther than we all thought they might go.
Yeah.
Shakur, I have to tell you, I'm shocked that he's the only one left because he's the youngest.
He's the youngest.
He's a highly decorated amateur, junior from the juniors, and moved up here. And I thought that these older guys would really, put him in his place.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened. We'll get to see.
Well,
Let's see what happens.
we got a minute left, so let me just tell everyone out there, there's going to be a strong push here in the USA with our organization, the United States Boxing League, to kick that to kick them guidelines so we have to follow AIBA. AIBA feeds USA Boxing. Okay, so if they break away, they lose $500,000 in funds. Okay.
AIBA doesn't give the United States money.
Well, the USOC, whoever feeds USA, I know they get a fund from either the IOC or USOC or someone, but they get funded. Okay, they get funded, and it's very hefty as far as funds are concerned. That's how they continue their operations. But there's got to be a push, and there will be a push to be able to set up a system where USA can conduct their tournaments in a way, and we got 10 seconds, in a way that they have that can put forth the best team, USA team, to compete in the Olympics. So there'll be 4 years to do that. Or Steve, like I said, you know, the only thing that I see that other thing that I see that could possibly happen is they just eliminate boxing from competition. Because if you look at overall gold medals, in the Olympics, okay, USA is dominant, as they always been.
Everything except boxing.
Yeah, everything except boxing. But that's already, the platform's been laid out to where boxing, the USA don't have a chance in boxing. I mean, and I'm one that's saying I'm hopeful that Shakur kicks that habit and kind of does this thing and does it. Like you say, he's young, he doesn't know any better. He's going to go out there and give it 100%. Let's just hope that that's enough.
Okay, all right. That's the end of our first segment. We'll be back with our second segment where we talk about upcoming events, and then we'll end up with our final segment with the all-time favorite, what you guys always look for.
That's right.
Come on, man. Kenny Lemos, you know it, baby. All right.
Till then, keep
As
your
always,
hands up. Keep them hands up.
Keep them up, baby.